Show us your tips. Second show today, Daggy Beaver with you to look at Golden Rose Day. We've got Sandown as well on a big Saturday. And yeah, how you travelling, mate?
Travelling good, thanks, Daggy. Yes, sun's just trying to peek through the clouds, which is nice, and hopefully the Rosehill Heavy 8 will be slightly improved by the time race time comes, and slightly better track.
Tricky card. Yeah, what do you make of it? What have you made?
Yeah, it is a tricky card. Some unusual form lines, a few horses that are sort of well in the market that probably didn't run as well as they could have last start. So hard to line some of that form up against some of the field they're in against, and then sort of trying to take into account the track conditions and how it might play. It's a tricky card, but so hopefully we've got a few winners here.
Yeah, they well, currently Heavy 8 will start at Rosehill, Golden Rose Day, as I said. Heavy 8 rail in the true. The original forecast was the rain was done, but I was just looking earlier. Apparently, there's some more coming back through tonight. But definitely we're in Western Sydney and the sun's out and it's quite breezy. So you'd think it's a nice enough drying day out here where we are. So keep an eye on it. I'm treating this heavy. In my head, I thought it would probably get the soft 7, heavy 8. They'll say it's heavy, but might race slightly better. But we'll keep an eye on it if there's any rain throughout the day. It does make it tricky, as we said. We're going to kick off on this deep card with a 1300 metre midway, as we generally do. Benchmark 72 level. Do you want to have it this one?
Yeah, really hard way to start the day, trying to suss out how the track's going to play and how the conditions are going to be handled. I did go looking away from the top two, but then ended up coming back to them. Alabama State gets third up here, and its both runs have been good. It won first up and then wasn't disgraced. I think it had quite a wide draw last start and finished off nicely there, wasn't far behind them. Gets the right barrier here, gets Craig Williams aboard. I had it on top. I went that way. Just over Extreme Cat, who's got to carry the 59 here. And that doesn't make it easier. So giving about 7 kilos there to the favourite, I thought might be the difference.
I've thought similar. I flipped an Extreme Cat. Is 6 weeks between runs, but I thought it just gets a lovely run here. Obviously gets James McDonald, was only beaten by the gate last time out, and now from gate 7, probably maps sort of running line 3 back. If it gets in there, it's going to be very hard to beat. Alabama State, another one only beaten by the gate last time. You're now inside gate Craig Williams. So fair enough, it's favourite. And I would scratch now, but Black Book held on you. I thought that was almost as good a run as Alabama State first up. So wherever it ends up, have something on it. Tricky race. Ironman's not without a hope. A couple other bits and pieces, but yeah, I'll start with the Extreme Cat. Speaking of Black Books, Black Book, the thing I tipped at Warwick Farm from the first Canara, it'll win. Draw a gate next time. It was very good. Second up for Waller win. We'll move on from the second, which is the highway. And given I was doing about 35 races this week, this was not one of them. I didn't spend much time here at all. This was a tricky one for me. I think it's one of the worst highways I've seen in recent months. Did anything catch your eye?
I would have probably said pretty close word for word what you just said. It's an ordinary field, ordinary race, and I couldn't get excited about anything, so I wasn't going to waste my time.
Perfect. The third is a 2,400 metre Colin Stevens handicap Group 3, and I thought this was fairly simple in that if we get better than a soft track, I think Methuselah wins again, but from the looks of it, just doesn't go a yard in the wet. Does love Rosehill, gets gate 1, but if it's wet, I will probably back Strathday. If it's dry, I'll back Methuselah, and that was about all I had to say here. I couldn't really make a case for anything else. Did you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, good summation. I thought Methuselah's flying at the moment as well, but you're right. Wouldn't be surprised if it came out of this race. Strathday, on the surface, was probably a little bit disappointing last start, but Redstone Well just controlled that and had all the favours, and the way the race was run did probably benefit there. It chased hard enough through the line to suggest it could still go on with it here. I did have I'm keeping safe changing of the guard.
Okay.
Now that it's third up. again, its second run up, I don't think was too bad. So we know it's got a little bit of ability. So I think you also keep a close eye on it. But I kind of went similar to you.
Beauty. The fourth is a 1900 metre benchmark 88. Who have you come up with?
Yeah, good race here.
Yep.
I like the top three. I think there's not a lot between them. I'm going to stick with Unusual Legacy. I did like it last start. Third up here, so it'll be further improved there. And there was a lot to like about that run last start coming from near the tail. Got the inside here, so just might want to pop off the fence. But certainly a horse that looks like it's on the way up. But the other two, but below it in the market, Lincoln Rocks, it broke through last start, ultra consistent, as honest as they come, and does handle the soft goings. So certainly can't rule it out to run well, and $6 is a good price. And Mayor of Mount Buller, again, another horse that looks to have some potential here, finished off nicely last start. Second up here, so expect it to be a bit fitter and getting out now to a more suitable distance. Wouldn't rule it out, but I think those three hold the key.
Yeah, I actually spent ages trying to line up the two Waller mares, Mayor of Mount Buller and Firestorm, given J-Max and Firestorm, and I just decided Unusual Legacy will probably win again. So after all that, gets a great run, gate 2, its map lead is back. Very impressive, pretty arrogant last start given the way the track was playing. Wet's not an issue. I think it's clearly on top. I'm actually going to make the danger the third stablemate, Madatsu, who has had two great runs leading in this prep. Went to Wyong, where it was pretty much given none. There comes back to Rosehill, draws an inside gate, and probably tags along behind Unusual Legacy, which might set up well at $15 as a value play in the race. That's the way I've seen it. Yeah, I agree. One of the better bets, more confident bets on a tricky card is Unusual Legacy. We've got the listed Heritage Stakes up next, 1100 metres. Gatsby back, gets gate 1. Does it just win this, or is there more to it?
It was really tricky, right? Because last start was probably really disappointing on the face of it.
Yeah.
But again, could have been a victim of second up syndrome. I'm willing to forgive. I wouldn't want the price to be any skinnier because I don't, there's not an overly amount of depth in this. So I had Gatsby's on top just because I couldn't get super confident about anything else. But I thought Bodyguard might be the main danger.
Yeah, the tricky thing is we've never seen it win anywhere but first up. We've never seen it deep into a prep. There's not a lot else happening. I end up going with it as well. Back to a stalking roll here from gate 1. And the fact that it's actually a Schnitzel colt on a wet track, and a lot of these are actually out of Invincible, which doesn't always set up the best for the wet trackers, for a wet track. So I've got on top. I agree, wouldn't want it any shorter. It doesn't feel like a super charge into sort of favourite for me. Danger, I thought Itzakara has some upside here. We don't know how good it is. Trial was good. Tricky business. I think it'd just be the way the market goes might decide how much confidence there is there with Gatsby in this race. The 1400 metre benchmark 88, still a full field, full 21 at the moment. And I decided that whichever Chris Waller runner lobs here will win. That's between Konasana and Chico Mojito. Tim Clark's booked for both. Konasana, nice mare. Went up to Queensland. Absolute wet tracker, unbeaten in the wet. The trial was good. As I said, running along Tim Clark looks good. If it is drier, they probably run Chico Mojito, but I don't think they do from gate 16. So I'm going to go Konasana on top if it's still heavy. It did start short. It started, I think, in the market against Le Creek in that race up there over Queensland Carnival as well. Dangers. Superati's over the odds. It's flying at the moment. A couple of nice runs around the valley in complete different form. And I did look at Ruby Fire, Green Shadows, and Tavi Time, all as scary propositions. But, yeah, I like the price around this Konasana, Beaver.
Yeah, I thought Konasana was an interesting running first up, and I certainly had it among one of my main chances. I went for Rapsody Chic. Was flying before it went down to Melbourne. Both of those runs weren't disgraced in what I think's far better company than this, benchmark hundreds behind Rise at Dawn. I think it can come back here and be very hard to beat. Friedman, Shin, flying combination. And the 11 gate's okay. Probably might end up coming in a couple there, who knows. I got it as the one to beat. Handles the soft, 3 out of 3 heavy, stinging out of the ground. It's right up its alley. It's my clear on top pick here. I thought Conasana could run well, and Cadetship. I think it could run well down in the number 14 from the Waller stable as well. So holds a few keys here, Waller, but that's the way I've gone.
Good shout. Absolute swimmer, Rapsody Chic. So good call. The 7th is the Golden Pendant, 1400 metres here. And I must say, I was a little bit shocked when I didn't see Amelia's dual favourite. Somewhat baffled. Then I went and did the form on Samana, and that was a really fantastic return as well, and has been one of mine. Trial was good since. Absolute live chance, but I'm going to give Amelia's dual one more go. As long as we're not super bog heavy. From all reports, it was carrying plenty of condition in that first up run. Still ran quite well behind Royal Patronage. I think it will have taken plenty of benefit, and we did say last time, but if it doesn't win this, I'm done with the horse. This is its absolute go, but terrified of Samana. And if that's where you want to go, I have all the respect in the world for you for doing so. Not much else to add.
Yeah, I went the same way. Amelia's duel, I thought that was a good first up run. It was still chasing hard on the line. The other thing just had the better run, and probably ran better than expected. I think Amelia Jewel gets the right setup here. You're right, Samana's a lot to like about it, and certainly the track conditions is probably why it's the favourite, I'm thinking. But I'm going to go Amelia's Jewel just on class, and it's DD.
The feature is the Group 1 Golden Rose for the 3-year-olds, and this is a cracking race. We've got Broadsiding coming here first up on a heavy track. No horse has ever won this race first up. J-Max decided to stick. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know if it's arrogance. I don't know if it's this is a stepping stone to a Cox Plate or something, but here it is. In a very good race, Beaver. Is that the way you've gone?
I've gone that way because I think this horse is just outstanding. I think it's potentially Cummings' next Animo.
Animo?
That's a big run.
Animo.
Animo.
We don't need to see any of Cummins' Animas, but yeah, all right.
Mate, that's disgusting. But yeah, I think Animo it could be following in the footsteps of it. It's taken all before it. The last 4 starts up in Queensland, there was some of those was just too good to be true. Exciting prospect, good horse, and meet some really good horses here, but I expect it to be too good, probably from the other blue colours. Traffic Warden, after Stormboy kind of comes across, sets up a decent pace for the ones to be finishing on.
It's funny, Stormboy is actually the only horse I don't like here, because I think Gate 11's a problem for it. With
and
the stablemate. Yeah. I've ended up tipping Broadsiding as well. For all the reasons you mentioned, this is a proper horse. I think that it'll be ready to go. I don't think there's any knocks, any doubts about they've got a plan here. And it is absolute swimmer, unbeaten in the wet, soft and heavy. Gets a great run with daggers coming out. Probably even can get leaders back. Like every tick bar, not having seen it have a run in Sydney again, and it's only off a short break. It's only off the Queensland trip. I'm actually interested as the danger here in Emirate, who had a complete barrier trial first up, was slow out, and then if you go back and watch the last 400 metres of that race, it was very, very strong through the line. It's the only Waller runner, which is interesting because obviously he's got plenty of 3-year-olds up his sleeve. Nash is on it and just gets a great run from gate 3. I think this is the sniper shot here, and I agree that Traffic Warden is up to this race in its eyeballs. Very, very nice win first up and can go on from that. Tremendous race there. The second last is the Shannon Stakes, 1,500 metres. Last stop on the way to the Epsom for a lot of these. And I'm going to go with bases loaded coming here second up, was outstanding, sitting outside lead first up. May end up there again, but will be much better for that run. We saw it once it got fit up in Queensland, blew a field away, and around the $5 mark, it goes on top. And I am going to make the main danger Freedom Rally here. Blinkers went on last week. It didn't like it at all. Wasn't knocked around late. They've taken the blinkers straight off, brought it straight back to the races on a 7-day backup, and gets just a perfect run. Wet, we haven't seen a lot of, but it's okay. Okay. And fit and firing third up might be over the odds. Another one I wouldn't talk many people out of anything they like in this race. It's a very interesting contest, Beaver.
Yeah, it is an interesting contest here. I got down to 2 here. On top, I had Amor Victorious. Third up here, I think now it gets to full fitness. These runs in have been good behind Tom Kitten and Shah Wolf. I think that's really good form lines for here. I think now it's ready to put its best foot forward. I think it can probably control this race a bit better here, up on speed. And I think it's going to be hard to beat. I thought Main Danger was the toppy Celestial Legend. 8th first up wasn't as bad as the number suggests. We know how good this horse is. Again, handles the soft and heavy conditions. So I'll be well suited here. I wouldn't be leaving it out of anything that you're betting.
Yeah. Beauty. The last is 1100 metre benchmark 78. Who have you found?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the favourite here, Pharari. Scratch from Melbourne to come to Sydney. Again, the soft conditions won't hurt it. That was a very good win at Sandown. Just led them up here, kicked away, no problems. This horse has an engine, and he's got some quality about it. It'll be winning.
I'm taking it on because I don't know. Just only time I've seen it in proper class, it was a bit disappointing, but it was up the straight. Done nothing wrong. And if you like it, anyone else likes it, fair enough. I'll end up backing these 2 leaders. I thought Confess Our Dreams was very good first up. It's just nabbed late. It's double figures. Leads again here and sits alongside Bonita Queen, who is flying. Done some nice stuff. Again, it is coming another one up in grade from midweeks, but I think Trial Since reached a nice race for the 2 leaders to be backed in the last. But I am scared of this favourite, but anyway, we're going to find out is watch the race. Quaddy from Sydney on Golden Rose Day. First leg, 2 Amelia's Jewel for Samana. Second leg, 1 Broadsiding, 2 Traffic Warden, 4 Linebacker, 8 Emirate. Third leg, 1 Celestial Legend, 2 Freedom Rally. We're going to 8 Bases Loaded, 9 Coast Watch, 14 Amor Victorious. Yeah. And we'll come home with $5 Magic, 10 Piece Treaty, 11 Pharari, 12 Cavello Romponte, 8 Bonita Queen, and 13 Confess Our Dreams. If you're in the Beaver camp, feel free to 1 out Pharari in the last. My best? Oh, what's your best in value, actually?
Yeah, my best is race 10, number 11, Pharari. And my value bet comes up in race 6, number 8, Rapsody Chic.
My best is race 4, number 8, Unusual Legacy. I've lost my value. Why don't we go in the Golden Rose? Let's make Emirate value in race 8, number 8 in the feature. We've got to head to Sandown for the auxiliary meeting there. It is grand final weekend in Melbourne, so not a lot happening. Who are you tipping in the AFL grand final?
I think the Swans will be 2 good mates. Yeah.
Good chat. We've got a Sandown Rail Truce, soft 6 with nice weather around. And we kick off 1400 metre, 3-year-old handicap for the fillies. Who have you found here?
Yeah, interesting way to start the day here. But I think I've gone for Chewing Gum from the Hay stable. Just gone for the little bit better value here. Liked its debut at Geelong. That was a really good win. Wasn't all that fancied in that, but yeah, it showed a bit of ability. Came off the pace and paid on pretty easy there. Obviously, the favourite's going to be hard to beat. I think it ran a good race as favourite behind Happy Link. Happy Link had some decent form prior to that, without having won. So that was a good run. But I thought just maybe Chewing Gum might get the sit here and do similar to what Happy Link did to Treasure the Moment last start.
I'm with you. The only knock I've got on it is that it started 20-1 on debut, which is amazing for the way it won. It ran good time home as well. I agree with everything you've said. I'm just going to make the danger Kadeem, who I liked the work of going into that listed race behind Bellatrix and Bold Bastille and whoever it was, comes back here and possibly leads this race, and that sets up much better for it. I'll make it the danger around a $7 mark. Second is the boys' version of this, which is a 1,400 metre handicap again, and Daggers coming here suggests that it's probably a moral. Just, I think it's here. Has it come out officially in Melbourne? If it's here, it'll win.
No, still here.
Still in tonight. Okay. If it's here, it'll win. If not, it's a tricky race. I might have something on Red Sea at 20-1, who trialled well going into that first up run, was vetted at the gates, and they passed it fit, but it was a non-event there. Can improve. He's better than that. Very good race, though. Was super keen should Daggers be here. The third, we're staying at 400 metres.
Before you go.
What's that?
I'd like that to say.
Go. Oh, yeah, do that. Sorry, I thought you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm super keen on, the reason I did want to say is I'm super keen Sugarcoat. This horse has ability.
Yeah, okay.
Very keen. It's 2 from 2, and last start win was very good. Got the 3 gate here. It'll take a forward position. It'll either sit up on the lead or probably try and take a sit right behind the lead here, I'm expecting, and it'll pull out and go past these. This will be winning, Daggy.
Very good. Daggers is still in tonight, so I assume it's coming out. So your thing might start $1.80.
Yeah, and it will win.
Okay, I might just follow you in then. Who's going to win the third 1,400 metres benchmark 70? This is a good race.
Yeah, another good race here. I'm going for Zlotys from the Beg stable. This horse defeated Happy Link, which we talked about just prior. And both wins have been really good at Geelong, and then went to the benchmark 70. Sat off the pace there as well, fancied, and put pace to him nicely there over the 1,300. Gets the other extra 100 here. I think it's going to be super hard to beat. There's a bit of depth to this race. Farewell to Eire from the Moody Coleman stable, hasn't been beaten. Comes from New Zealand. So I expect it's got a bit of ability. So I've got a big watch on here, and I'd probably save on it, but coupled with some consistent form as well.
Farewell to Eire Open 20s, and now I've got the shits I didn't take it because it's into $11. It's on top for me. And it caught my eye when I went and looked at the trials of Anisa. It trialled better than Anisa, I thought. The second trial, one of the trials was very good. And as you said, it's got a super sprint, reeled in a couple of fields, 14 and 1600 metres over in New Zealand. I think this has ability. And as I said, the money's come for it. I'm tipping it on top from... there's lots of chances here. I thought Queen is a long time off, so might want to run, but has some proper form. Trials were good. New stable. Probably has it forward as a bit of a project horse. Zlotys absolutely live chance, and as is our Sassy Lady. Interesting race, but I'm interested. We both found that Moody runner because I think it has something to offer. The fourth is back to 1,800 metres now, benchmark 78. And I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm tipping the Englishman. It missed the start by 5 first time down in Melbourne, flashed home, gets Mickey D, who's the go-to jockey on the card, and if all things goes equal, has to run well here, and I feel really dirty about saying that because I can't stand the thing. Dry is the key to Dublin Journal. It's still a big price off a nice win. If you go back and look at its failures over the last little bit, a lot of those were either rain or trying to get it on Syntho. Got a dry track, run well. It's 20-1. I'll have something both of them in a not the most exciting race on the card.
Yeah, not the most exciting race, and you're right. The Englishman was good, having missed the last start. Maybe that was flattering. I'm going with fresh blood in Alma Rise. It's a really good one last in work. And some of the St. Ledger and that race, I think it can run well first up. 1,800 is a bit of a test, but they've obviously got it primed and going well enough to run a good race here, and they've probably got better things in mind than this. So could be a horse that comes back and has had some really good improvement. So I'm willing to take that and take the decent price.
I like it more at the price because when I did the form, it was much shorter. I think this is about right.
Yeah.
So I like it much more now. The 5th is a 1,000-metre sprint race for the 3-year-olds. Who have you found in this one?
Yeah, I'm going for the favourite here, Gallant Sun, resuming. Only had the one start. Again, won by 6 lengths at $6. But Moody Coleman, they're going good at the moment with these types of horses. I got it on top, and they got the second favourite as well, Adolfito, who won at Flemington by beating I Found You, which has got some ability as well. Could be a horse to follow, but I thought those two held the key.
They're putting together a good team again in the Moody stable. They're unloading a few this weekend, so time to start following them. Yeah, I've got Gallant Sun on top. I think Blue Stratum is a preposterous price. 2 very soft 1,000-metre wins. Went to the 1,100-metre at Caulfield Red Over race. That was a Group 3. Comes back here. It's $13 and has to run well. Is the main danger and probably my best result. Adolfito's a very nice horse as well. So I think they're the 3 key hopes, but that's the way I've seen it. The 6 is, we're back to 1,800 metres for this handicap here, and I'm going to take this favourite on, although it is $6, so not saying much, and go with the 2 that chased Pericles last time out. One is Independent Road. It trialled really well into that race. I thought it ran well there. It gets Mickey D again and is 10-1. And who was the other one I liked? Muramasa chased it as well. Very good flashing home there. Hopefully at Sandown. It is Rail True Sandown, so we should be in the swoopers. Swoopers should be no issues. It's $9 too. I will back both in this race. What about yourself?
Yeah, it was really tricky to get a line on this. I've gone for Aramco from the Wallace stable. I just think these are the types of races, staying races, that they crop up and run well and are hard to beat. Bit of mixed form in the past, but coming back to Victoria here is a good pointer to me, and for that reason, I've got it on top. I thought a horse like Star Vega could, it does jump out the ground every now and then, and from the Freeman stable could be hard to beat as well.
The 7th is the Sandown Stakes. Your boy Craig is back. I assume that's where you're heading?
Yeah, going for Craig here. Scratched last week to running this quite cleverly, and I think 1,500's right up its alley, and it'll be winning this, so clearly on top for me.
I'm going the top weight, Desert Lightning. I had a feel for it heading into that Arkansas Kid race. It ran really well there, covering ground. Gets a gate 1, gets to 1,500 metres, which suits. Does have a win over Legato over the mile in New Zealand and form around the creek in some proper Group 1 races. Top horse is going to be very hard to beat here. Again, for the Moody stable. Terrified of Craig if it is coming up for the Golden Eagle or Silver Eagle, whatever it is. It has to run well here and is the obvious favourite. And I'm going to give last chance here to Communist, who goes down south looking for a dry track. Last time out, it was chasing Seawolf and Tom Kidden. It was ridden up, but did win a trial down south. If it doesn't run well here at the price, it is dead to me if it's sort of not already. Nothing else here?
Nothing else.
Griff, I might throw into a quaddy. The 8th is 1,400 metre benchmark 84. Wrap us up, Beaver.
Yeah, look, tricky way to finish the last, but I'm going to stick with Verdad. I thought that was an excellent run last start. I think if it had a better barrier, the price would be a point less. And it got beat by a horse that got a dream run up the inside and is a quality horse. So probably unlucky not to win first up. I think this is an easier field, and therefore I've got it on top. Probably come in a couple of spots with the barriers, so hard to beat. Freak of Nature is going well at the moment, so could give them something to catch. It'll burn across, take up the lead, and depends how much petrol it's got to use up, but might be hard to run down. And there's a couple other good chances in it. El Rocco is a consistent horse that can run well back in this grade, and Furious first up. I'll be keen to see how it runs.
I have nothing more to add. I thought Verdad was very easy to like here. It spent its whole life pretty much in the top grade. This is just about the weakest race it's been in at its right distance. Only nabbed late by Miss Aria. I thought that was a good run there first up, as you've said. And on top for me, Furious has to run well here. $15 that it opened out, 20 apparently, was a big price trial, was beautiful. Went out with a win. It's a nice horse. Clear Danger. And the other two you mentioned, the other two I would throw into a quaddie, Freak of Nature and El Rocco, who's going quite well. Speaking of which, who were you throwing into your quaddie?
Yeah, starting first leg, which is race 5. I've gone number 8, Gallant Sun, number 3, Adolfito, and number 5, Manolo Bling.
Yep.
In the second leg, race 6, I've gone number 5, Berkeley Square, number 13, Aramco, number 15, Star Vega, and number 1, Knight's Choice.
11, Independent Road.
I didn't take it.
No, carry on. Sorry. Get my mouth shut.
Yeah, that'd be nice. In the third leg, race 7, I'm going number 11, Craig, number 7, Holy Mans, just the 2. And to finish, I'm going number 8, Verdad, number 15, Freak of Nature, number 11, El Rocco, number 16, Furious, and number 14, CR7.
It's not a bad betting card, this Sandown card. More thinking about this.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. My value is race 3, number 9, Farewell to Eire. I've lost daggers, so I'm going to think about that while you tell us who your best and value is.
Yeah, my best is race 2, number 5, Sugarcoat, albeit I am very keen on Craig. It is a horse that I do like. And my value is race 6, number 13, Aramco. I think it's a bit overs.
We'll make my best for Dad. Race 8, number 8. I do think Desert Lightning runs really well, and I do think the other good value on the card is Blue Stratum. Very good. What's happening in Queensland? Is it Toowoomba?
I don't know what it is. I didn't bother.
Didn't bother? Okay.
I had enough to do with Friday night, Saturday night,
geez.
and I had a quick flick for the fields and went, no thanks.
That's
I'll save
fine.
Some time in my life.
I understand. I did work farm as well, so it's been a long week. Looking forward to seeing how it all pans out now. And we are going to... You're going to do midweek this week?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?
We can help out the punters.
Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, somewhere like that, we'll do it. Thank you, punters. Good luck tomorrow, and good luck, Beaver. I will chat to you very soon.
Thanks, Mark.